The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
They go play action here on first down. They'll get this out to Genty. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover,
touchdown! A great effort there with a second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Breaks through the contact. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Well, that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Indy. 48 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
To the left side, he's got Warren, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Second and goal at the Raiders' 6-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
On the jump. Let's go now.
Connecting over the middle of downs. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Colts take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah.
And guys, man, complete down the left sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, 74 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than...
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Brings up second and 2 at the Colts 33-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Let's go. 65. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 65. 65. Let's go.
Back to throw. Mendoza. Short throw caught by Bowers. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Raiders.
Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll go again with Genty. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the bootleg. Mendoza. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That complete to Downs. Shedding the tackler, and gives him some room. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 59 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 10. On the give, Genty. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Off the play fake. Mendoza. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking. Hey.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Sanchez on to punt for the Colts.
But how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And he is going to be out of bounds, a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Genty to the 27-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Oh, some strong running. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Once again, it's Genty. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Thornton, the motion man right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Tucker as the 1st half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now a timeout signaled for them. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Richardson to throw. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. He's across midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
On first down, it's Genty. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ashton Doolin now to return. Fighting his way through contact. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Let's go now.
Now Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check. 19, touch.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
That's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Over the dime looked on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Richardson off the play fake. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get it inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Alec Pierce, 47 yards. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw is Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Trey Tucker, 58 yards. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8.
Warriors 70. 70. Viking 18. Ready.
Now it's Richardson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the jump. 18. Pioneer. Come on. Go.
Richardson looking to throw this. A shot downfield for Burks. That is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. That's to Warren, his tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. And Richardson yet again. It's complete. Burks. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They go play action with Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Ready.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more this time, the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college of getting A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by